My name's Dr. Adam Eatroff. I'm a member of the internal medicine nephrology team. I've been asked to speak to you about marijuana intoxication today. Marijuana, kids call it reefer, jazz cigarettes. Mary Jane is becoming more and more of a problem in veterinary emergency medicine. So the negative effects of marijuana in dogs, there can be many, and different dogs experience different effects. Many dogs become very sedated to the extreme. They can become comatose, which puts them at risk for various complications like aspiration of their stomach contents into their lungs, which could potentially be fatal. Many dogs, their body temperature drops significantly. Some dogs experience mental depression. Others become agitated. Some dogs can experience arrhythmias, changes in breathing patterns. Many dogs that have ingested significant amounts of marijuana do require hospitalization and sometimes intensive treatment for several days. The major route of exposure marijuana for dogs is ingestion, regardless of the form of marijuana. We typically don't see smoke inhalation. Lighting a lighter is not typically something that's taught in agility class, so it's not necessarily something that we see very frequently. We'd hope that pet owners would not be facilitating inhalation of smoke, marijuana, to their dogs. So typically we do see ingestion, whether it's a smokable product or an edible product, and some of the edible products do pose multiple risks in the sense that they can be combined with chocolate or artificial sweeteners like xylitol, which are also toxic to dogs with a different mechanism of action. So sometimes when we see dogs that have ingested edible forms of marijuana, we're dealing with two different types of toxicity. A treatment for marijuana intoxication is generally, for the most part, supportive. There's not very much we can do to hasten elimination of THC, which is one of the major active ingredients. Unfortunately, in many cases, these guys just have to sleep it off for several days and hopefully not develop any complications that can put their lives in danger. For the most part, marijuana intoxication is not lethal, although there is the potential for some complications if they snowball to threaten a patient's life. How can you tell if your pet might have gotten into marijuana? First thing that might clue you off is if your stash is missing and your dog has a really guilty look on his face, or a really sleepy look on his face. If your dog appears really disoriented or very anxious or hyperexcitable. Oftentimes, dogs that have ingested marijuana can't control their bladder. So if it looks like he or she has peed on her bed or on herself, if she doesn't greet you at the door and your stash is missing, if she looks like she's panting or breathing very heavily, that might be a sign too.